So next up, we have Matt Dunn. Matt is the Watershed Division Manager for the City of Auburn, Alabama, and has been for the past 5.5 years. He manages projects in wastewater treatment and collection systems, and also the City of Auburn's Phase 2 Stormwater program. Matt has an MS in Civil Engineering from Auburn University. He is a licensed professional engineer in the state of Alabama, and he serves as the current president of the Alabama Water Environment Association. So Matt, over to you.
Good afternoon. Matthew, thank you for the warm introduction, and welcome to all of you joining us from across the country today. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the City of Auburn's Phase 2 Stormwater program, and specifically the public education and outreach component of our program and how we've been able to meet the regulations in a low-cost, innovative manner. A brief discussion overview. I'll talk a little about the early development of our Phase 2 program, and then I'll move into the role that partnerships have had in the success of our program, and then I'll talk about taking advantage of low-cost controls, briefly about target audience initiatives, interdepartmental sharing within our organization, and then how we've measured success of our efforts through the use of water quality monitoring. A brief background on the City of Auburn. We are located in East Central Alabama. We are centrally located between the cities of Atlanta, Birmingham, and Montgomery. We serve a population of around 60,000 people. We have a Phase 2 permitted area of about 60 square miles, about 100 miles of storm pipe, and about 450 miles of receiving stream. We're also home to Auburn University and about 24,000 college students. Some interesting statistics on the City of Auburn. In 2010, we were ranked number 6 by Forbes.com as one of the best small places for businesses and careers in the U.S. In 2009, we were ranked number 1 by Forbes.com for projected job growth in the U.S. In 2009, we were also ranked as one of the top 10 best U.S. places to live by the U.S. News and World Report, which all of this equates to the City of Auburn being a desirable place to live, which can lead to the potential for water quality concerns. And the City of Auburn is certainly no stranger to water quality concerns. In the northern half of town, we have the Salgahatchee Creek Watershed, which you can see on this slide in the brighter color orange. Salgahatchee Creek generally flows from east to west through the City of Auburn. It was originally listed as impaired for dissolved oxygen and organic enrichment. In 2008, the EPA and our state regulatory agency finalized a TMDL for the Salgahatchee watershed that established a total phosphorus waste load allocation for both point and non-point sources discharged into Salgahatchee Creek. Moore's Mill Creek, which flows in the southern portion of town, generally from northeast to southwest, is currently listed as impaired for siltation. And Parkerson Mill Creek, which generally flows from north to south, primarily through the Auburn University campus, is currently listed for pathogens. Both Moore's Mill Creek and Parkerson Mill Creek are expected to have TMDLs produced in 2011 and 2012. A brief history on our Phase 2 program. As most of you are aware, the Phase 2 final rule was promulgated in December of 1999. In 2002, prior to the initial Phase 2 permit, the City of Auburn, Lee County, the City of Opelika, and Auburn University, which were all the designated MS4s in this area, formed a partnership really with the intent to draft policies and ordinances in anticipation of the new permit being issued. And I'll talk a little bit further about ALOA in the coming slide. In 2003, back up one slide, please. In 2003, the Phase 2 permit was issued. In 2005, really prior to 2005, our Phase 2 program was managed by one person out of our Public Works Department. In October 2005, the city created a Watershed division with staff dedicated to managing the city's Phase 2 program. This division was created within what was at that time our Water and Sewer Department, which was later renamed Water Resource Management. And this really allowed us to look at water and wastewater and stormwater from a true watershed approach. Our state regulatory agency did issue our new permit, and that permit was effective February 1st of 2011. Due to the overall population of our MSA, as I mentioned earlier, Auburn, Lee County, the City of Opelika and Auburn University were all designated as Phase 2 MS4s. This partnership was formed in 2002 prior to the new permit being issued. It was originally formed to draft policies as a group that could be adopted as ordinances by each individual Phase 2 MS4. Some examples of that include our erosion and sediment control ordinance, as well as our illicit discharge and detection elimination ordinance. At this point in time, ALOA meets on a quarterly basis. We review policies. We draft public education and outreach materials such as the brochures you see here on this slide. It also provides a forum for us to discuss concerns, outline goals as a partnership, and also to collaborate on ideas and projects and to give feedback to one another. A large measure of the success of our program has been due to partnerships that were formed in concert with the Phase 2 regulations, both prior to the permit being issued as well as during the course of the permit. Some of the benefits that we've seen to partnerships, number one, they're trans-jurisdictional, and by that I mean that it's allowed multiple Phase 2 authorities to transcend or go above the limitations that they may have as an independent jurisdiction. An example of that would be sharing materials and programs really allows for more of a collaborative approach to concerns that cross jurisdictions, which allows each independent program to really concentrate more time and effort to address specific localized concerns within their community. Another benefit is that partnerships have allowed us to establish regular opportunities for dissemination of information and sharing of ideas. It's allowed us to create model ordinances and policies that can be adopted independently by each permittee. And it really allows for more of a true watershed approach to concerns that cross jurisdictional boundaries. Moving into some examples of the way the City of Auburn has chosen to address the public education and outreach component of the regulations in a really a cost-effective or low-cost manner. The first of those being news articles through our Open Line. Open Line is a city newsletter that's mailed to every citizen in the City of Auburn who receives a water bill on a monthly basis. Our goal is to publish a minimum of 2 stormwater-related articles per year. And typically we publish actually about 8 to 10 articles per year. Some of those are articles that are stormwater-specific articles that are written by our division, and some of those may be articles written by other departments within the city that contain stormwater-related information. Our ALOA brochures that I mentioned briefly earlier, our goal is to publish 2 brochures per year. Those brochures are made available to citizens through brochure stands and city facilities, on our website, as well as handouts at local functions. These brochures typically focus on hot topic issues that are relayed to us by citizens, and they're created using Microsoft Publisher, which is a readily available software that I'm sure many of you probably already have access to. Again, this is a very low-cost, highly effective way to meet your public education and outreach component. The city's annual festival that's held in the spring of each year, the last couple of years we've had a booth at the City Fest where we've had giveaways and brochures, and this really provides a chance for us to interact with citizens on a large scale as well. Again, a very low cost, highly effective education and outreach program. Our storm drain marking program has been very successful. It's really provided an outstanding opportunity for us to involve our local community, specifically our local schools, local civic groups, and environmental organizations. The actual marker designs that you see here on the slide were actually designed by school children in our local school system, and those are the marker designs that we've used for storm drains here in the City of Auburn. We really initially coordinated our marking events with local civic groups such as Boy Scout troops, the Auburn University campus, as well as environmental organizations that are in town. Our next phase in our project was to create individual marker kits that citizens could pick up at our office, and those kits contain all the materials that they need to mark drains in their neighborhood or on the streets where they live. Once they mark those drains, they return a map to us that shows the drains that have been marked, and this allows us to track that in our GIS database so that we have an idea of which drains have been marked and which drains have not been marked in the city of Auburn. The cost for us, just to give you an idea of what it cost for the storm drain marking project, we found it's about $2.50 per drain for us to mark a drain here in the city of Auburn. Back one slide, please. Our Town Creek Park Stream Restoration Project that you see a schematic of here on the right-hand side of the slide was a project we were involved in from 2007 to 2008. This was a natural channel stream restoration project of a degraded stream at one of our local parks here in Auburn. It was a partnership with a large number of stakeholders, including the City of Auburn, Auburn University, the Extension Service, North Carolina State University, as well as a contractor that was experienced in doing this type of work out of the state of North Carolina. This was a very low-cost project to the City of Auburn, primarily because of the grant monies that were obtained. I would encourage you in your community to look for grant opportunities that may be available in your state. A lot of times you can be surprised at the type of monies that are actually available to you for public education and outreach.